Very good morning, everyone who's watching it live on Zoom, people who are watching it recorded back at home, and also to the ones who are sitting here face to face in front of me. How are you all? ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ರುಬ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು how are you ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೌದ್ರಿ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಚಟ್ನಿ ರುಬ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆ ನಂಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನಲ್ವಾ ಮತ್ತೆ? Yeah, that's there. This is also there. So glad you people are having a good morning. Welcome back to CA Foundation Accounting. We were discussing the topic of incomplete records in yesterday's class. We haven't finished the topic yesterday. We've done 17 questions, except 3 questions as homework. So, okay, if we remove those 3 also, we've done 14 questions in yesterday's class. Yeah. So today we will finish the chapter. Only and only when we finish the chapter is when we'll walk out of the door. And if we finish that chapter by 2 o'clock, we'll walk out of the door at 2 o'clock. If we finish that chapter at 5 o'clock, we'll walk out of the door at 5 o'clock. So that moment we finish is when we go out. What time do we finish is all in your hands. Can we start? Okay, a quick revision of what we've already discussed in this topic of incomplete records. I told you that there's a businessman who's doing business in a very small scale. He doesn't have the accounting knowledge to maintain proper records. So he has failed to record all the transactions properly. He's kept some transactions. He's kept track of amount to be received, amount to be paid. He's kept track of all the cash coming in, cash going out. He's also kept record of assets that he owns, liabilities that he owns. That's it. He's not maintained proper journal, proper ledger, proper trial balance. But in spite of the fact that he's not maintained complete records, he still wants to know his financial position. He still wants to know his financial performance at the end of the period. He still wants to know his financial position and performance at the end of the period. So he'll come to us asking for help to identify his financial performance and position. Now we are responsible to help him evaluate his financial performance and position. We all know how do we evaluate financial performance? By preparing P&L account. We all know how do we evaluate financial position? By preparing balance sheet. So now how do we prepare profit and loss account and balance sheet? We'll take trial balance and then prepare trading P&L balance sheet. But we don't have trial balance. We don't have. Now when we don't have trial balance, but we should still prepare trading P&L balance sheet, what do? We have two options. We can't generally prepare trading P&L balance sheet like how we always do, but we have two options. Option number one, do statement of affairs method. What is the method called? Very good. Under statement of affairs method, we don't prepare a complete set of financial statements. We don't prepare trading, we don't prepare P&L, we don't prepare balance sheet. We prepare something which looks like balance sheet, but it's not balance sheet. We'll prepare something which looks like, but it is not. What is it? It is called statement of affairs. What is it called? Very good. We write the estimated value of assets, estimated value of liabilities, find capital as balancing figure. Weirdala. Usually balance sheet will tally after we write capital. Here we'll find capital itself as balancing figure. And we do it on two dates. One on the opening date, two on the closing date. One on the two. Very good. So we have opening balance sheet, closing balance sheet, or opening statement of affairs, closing statement of affairs. Using both the statement of affairs, when we know opening and closing capital, how will the opening capital become closing capital? The journey between the opening and closing capital is additional capitals, drawings. Additional capital, drawings, profit. So to opening capital, if we add additional capital, deduct drawings, and then add profit, we get closing capital. We know opening capital, we found it from opening statement of affairs. We know closing capital, we found it from closing statement of affairs. We know additional capital, all the cash transactions are recorded. We know drawings because cash transaction it is. So when we know opening capital, when we know additional capital, when we know drawings, we know closing capital, can't we find profit? Yes. So we'll take closing capital, deduct opening capital, deduct additional capital, and then add drawings to identify our profit for the year. To identify our, do you guys get this? That's how we find the profit. And this statement is called a statement of profit or loss. What is it called as? Usually the moment you say statement of profit or loss, what comes to your mind? Sales will come, purchase will be there, stock will be there, expenses, income. Am I right? Those of you who missed yesterday's class, that's what you would think. No, statement of profit or loss is expenses, incomes. But in statement of profit or loss and statement of affairs method, there will be no expenses, there will be no incomes. There will be opening capital, closing capital, additional capital, drawings, and adjustment between this as our profit. Am I right? Yes or no? Fantastic. So that's our first method, affairs method. Second one, complete conversion. We convert our single entry system to double entry system. Here we do detailed trading account, P&L account, balance sheet. We did not straight away start with trading P&L balance sheet questions. We did some questions on only debtors account, only bills receivable, bills payable, creditors, expense adjustment, asset adjustment. We did some questions, and then we started with mainstream questions. I hope you people are comfortable and happy with what we've done so far. And today let's start with question number 18. There is nothing new to be learned today. It's only more practice of what we did yesterday. Yesterday we did 2 questions at the end. Those 2 questions, similar ones, we're going to do more and more today. Yeah, some questions I'm going to ask you to skip. The reason is they're genuine inter questions. These cannot be asked at foundation. Okay, but if you guys show some interest, I don't mind doing it. Madana, come on, let's start with 18th one. Archana Enterprises. How do we do? You're going to do it with me, or I'm going to do it and then I'll let you do it, copy it after me. Do it with me, but will you follow instructions? Will not go ahead of me, will not go behind me, will not talk in between. Very good. I'll give you the entertainment you want. Don't worry, even I don't like a boring class. Yeah, but if you try to entertain yourself, that's where the problem starts. Start. Archana Enterprises. Hey, Udri. Firstly, it is not balance sheet. Why? When you follow a single entry, how can you prepare balance sheet? You should call it what? Statement of affairs. Adunu gottilla avrige. Bidi. So you can't correct them. As on 31st of March 2018. Very good. Then don't read that balance sheet. Read what is given after the balance sheet. What is given after? Summary of cash book for the year ended. You know what have they try? What are they trying to tell? Whatever they've given, no, there balance sheet as on 31st of March 2018. That is actually opening balance sheet, and they've given the transactions for the year ending 31st of March 2019, 1819's cash book they've given. So they want you to prepare balance sheet as on 31st of March 2019. And in the question that we did yesterday, 2 questions that we did, we prepared one balance sheet in working note, not in the answer. Did we prepare one balance sheet in the working note? That was balance sheet on the opening date. Why did we do that balance sheet? To find out the opening capital. That was the only reason. In that balance sheet, we identified the capital as balancing figure and wrote it to the closing balance sheet. See the question. Sorry, see the previous answer. In the previous answer, do you find balance sheet in the working note? What was the balancing figure in that balance sheet? Capital. Everyone saw? Everyone saw this? That doesn't have to be prepared in the present problem. You don't have to prepare it in the current problem. Why? They've already given right next to that balance sheet. Thank you. Yeah, see, if they would have not done, you should have done. If they have done, you should say thank you, no? Correct, Alva? Right there. Thank you. These 2 words inculcate in your life. One is thank you, second one is sorry. Thank you. When someone does the work that, yeah, you have to do. Sorry, when you have not done the work, you should have done. When you have not done the work, you should have done. Okay. ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ. And you should never say sorry for the same thing 2 times. ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. ರೈಟ್ ದೇರ್, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Did you write thank you there? Underline that word capital, 6,75,000. So this is the reason why we're saying thank you. This 6,75,000 would have been the reason why we would have prepared an entire opening balance sheet all again. Got it? Did you understand why did you say thank you? Yeah, thank you. We don't have to prepare opening balance sheet. Right? We don't have to prepare opening balance sheet. We don't have to prepare opening balance sheet. Did we skip illustration 5 yesterday? Why? Oh, we'll do. Sorry, Nitya. We'll do. I forgot. She told, sir, you skipped 5th one yesterday. No, didn't skip. I wanted you all to read statement of affairs nicely and come. I'll do today. Because you started this, I'll do that towards the end. Last sometime of the class. Last question of the day. We'll do that question. Helre. Yes. Very good. Amela. Balance sheet aitu. Cash book. Hey, we don't have to prepare cash book also. In the previous question, we prepared cash book. Did we prepare cash book? Here they have given cash book. So we know opening balance of cash is 1,20,000, closing balance is 1,19,950. 120 will go to opening balance sheet, which you are not preparing. 190,950 will straight away go to closing balance sheet. We don't have to prepare cash book. Do we have to prepare cash book? Right next to the summary of cash book. Thank you. Thank you. We don't have to prepare cash book. Raksha, I've created the Google Classroom yesterday. I'll share the code today so that all of you can join. Yeah, it's already shared in the classroom, but classroom I have not shared to you. I'll share. How are you, Raksha? Oh, come on, the rest of us. Done. Statement of cash book, statement of receipts and payment. Did you understand? Come on, read the additional information after that. Discount allowed to trade debtors and received from trade creditors 54 and 42. So there is some adjustment. We need to prepare two ledgers. One trade debtors, second one trade creditors. Underline the word trade debtors and trade creditors. Come to the balance sheet. Here you have trade debtors. Put one star to trade creditors. Put one star to trade debtors. Why? For these items we are preparing ledger. For these items we are preparing ledger. Okay. She's asking how am I? ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ AC ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ ನನಗೆ. Next adjustment. Annual fire insurance 9,000 was paid every year on 1st of August for renewal for this policy. So there's some adjustment with regard to insurance premium. In payment side, do you have insurance premium? Oh, here they've told it is paid, but here payment side ilve illa. It is included in sundry expenses. Am I right? What else can it be? See, in the adjustment, what is it told here? Annual fire insurance premium was paid. Have they used the word paid? Paid means money has gone out. Payment, no. Receipts and payment side kotela. Don't check on the receipt side. It is payment. Insurance premium you pay to insurance company. Insurance company won't pay it to you. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Do you see insurance premium on the payment side? So where is it? It is hidden inside that sundry expenses. Sundry means what? Operational, in the regular course of normal operations. All the expenses together, printing and stationery, telegram, postage, carriage outward, advertisement, general overhead, salary, everything together they've called only one name, sundry expense. So in that hidden is insurance. Right next to this sundry expense paid. Includes insurance premium. Includes insurance premium. So that includes insurance premium paid. Am I right? How much is insurance premium paid? 9,000 rupees. But it is paid from 1st of August every year. When you pay for 1 year 1st of August, next payment should be made when? Next year 1st of August. So premium is paid for a period starting 1st of August, ending 31st of July. Am I right? Underline that word 9,000 right there. 1st of August to 31st of July. 1st of August this year to 31st of July next year. This is the period for which you are paid. Am I right? This has some adjustment. You know what is the adjustment? There is prepaid. There is hege. See, year ends on 31st of March, but you pay till 31st of July. March admile how many months? April, May, June, July. 4 months next year money you paid now. 4 months next year money you paid now. How much is 4 months money? 9,000 is for 12 months. 9,000 is for 12 months. 9,000 divided by 12 into 4. 9,000 divided by 12 into 4 is how much? Very good. 3,000 is paid for next year in the current year. So it will become prepaid expense. What will it become? Right next to this here. 3,000 prepaid. Right here. 3,000 prepaid. No space. Right. Wrote everyone? 3,000 prepaid. In this 9,31,050, 9,000 is insurance paid. Remaining is normal other expense paid. Everyone understood 3,000 prepaid? Sir, how sir 3,000? 9,000 is paid for 12 months. How many months? 12 months. 12 months is from August to July. Year end yavaga? March. 31st of March. April, May, June, July. 4 months of next year premium we pay now. So that 4 months premium is prepaid expenditure for next year. So prepaid expenditure will appear in balance sheet asset side. In the closing balance sheet. 9,000 rupees we paid alva. Entire 9,000 cannot be written to P&L account debit side. Entire 9,000 cannot be written to P&L account debit side. In that 3,000 is prepaid. 6,000 is current year expense. Understood? 6,000 is 8 months is in current year, 4 months is in next year. Got it? Everyone? Okay. Ananya wants me to repeat. 9,000 is insurance premium for 1 year. 9,000 is insurance premium for 1 year. And that 1 year is from August 1st to 31st of July. In August 1st to 31st of July, March is the year end. So April, May, June, July is next year. 4 months is next year. 9,000 into 4 by 12 is next year's expense paid this year, prepaid. How much? 3,000. If in the 9,000, 3,000 relates to next year, 6,000 relates to current year. Only 6,000 will go to P&L account. 3,000 will go to balance sheet of this year, but it will go to P&L account of next year. It will go to P&L account of, in the current year, it will be in balance sheet as prepaid expense. Everyone understood? Now, we have a doubt here. Hey, 8 months premium you are pay madre. In 4 years current year premium. What about April, May, June, July of current year? You would have paid last year. Now current year, when did we pay premium? August. April, May, June, July would have paid. Similarly, last year also, out of the payment, 8 months payment would have been returned to P&L. 4 months payment they would have returned to balance sheet. So in this year we should bring it from the balance sheet and put it to P&L account. Oh, look at the balance sheet. Do you have insurance premium? 3,000. Did you understand? These people should have done one simple thing. Pay the insurance premium on April every year. If they would have paid in April every year, what would have happened? They pay 9,000, 9,000 will go to P&L. But what did they do? They paid in August. So when they pay in August if they pay 9,000, in that first year when they take premium, no. 9,000 only 6,000 will go to P&L, 3,000 will go to balance sheet of this year. Next year from balance sheet it will go to P&L. Next year again payment is 9. In that 6 will go to PL, 3 will go to balance sheet, and that next year P&L. So ultimately every year's insurance premium is how much? 9. Every year's insurance premium is how much? But in that 9, 6,000 will be paid this year. 3,000 would have been paid last year. 3,000 would have been paid. Everyone understood? Now tell me who did not understand this. Everyone understood. I don't mind explaining the entire thing again. Everyone understood? Pakka? Fantastic. So I have a question. In this question, when I prepare my P&L account, in the P&L account debit side insurance premium, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಿಬೇಕು? I'll repeat. In this question, when I prepare my profit and loss account, in my profit and loss account, debit side insurance premium, how much should I write? How much should I write? How many of you say 6,000? If you are saying 6,000, that means you have not understood. Last year pay madiro 3,000 is there, no? This 3,000 will go to P&L, and in this 9,000 payment, 6,000 will go to P&L. So illi 6, illi 3, 9 will go to PL, 3 will go to balance sheet. I did not understand. How much is the insurance premium for 1 year? 9,000. 9,000 should go to P&L. But from current year payment of 9,000, 3,000 will go to balance sheet. Last year 3,000 prepaid will come to this year P&L. Did not understand. April, what is the year? 18. Hinge beda. I'll write it straight. It's little difficult. See, what is the current year in this? This much is our current year. Am I right? So I paid expense when? When did I pay? Paid 9,000. Am I right? When I pay 9,000 here, expense is for next 12 months. How much for each month? Do 9,000 by 12. 7. Expense 750. Clear. 750 into 12 madi. Understood. So this much is the expense from August to July. Correct? Ah? Say something. So how much is expense to P&L account for this much time? Correct, Alva. So 9,000 is paid. In that 9,000, 6,000 you will utilize here. Correct, Alva. So this much is prepaid. It is next year expense. It is. So because it is next year expense, as of this year, you will write prepaid expense. You will write prepaid. 9,000 at least 6,000 is transferred to P&L. 6,000 is transferred to 3,000 will write in P&L. Sorry, balance sheet. And then in the next year, first 4 months will write it to P&L. Am I right? What about these 4 months? Similar to this, no? There is prepaid expense at the beginning here also. 3,000. See the balance sheet that's given in the question. Opening balance sheet. Isn't there 3,000 there? That 3,000 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. How much is it? So expense is 750. So tell me how much is the total expense here? Illeshtide expense. How much is the total expense for the current year? Out of current year expense of 9,000. How much is paid in the current year? 6,000. How much was paid in the previous year? How much was totally paid this year? 9. In that 9 what I paid this year, 6 is for current year, 3 is for next year. What about current year 3? We paid last year. Everyone understood now? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ uncle auntie who told 6,000. Understood now? Good morning. For those of them who've just woken up now and joined us. Pakka? No doubts? Okay, that's it. This concept is just to be known. This is again same thing what you do in your NPO. Am I right? Yeah, adella working note baribardri hange. You should not write. Now you understood, no? I'll show you the accounting later. Come on, later. What's after that? Furniture and fixtures were subject to be depreciation at what rate? Come on here. Do you have furniture and fixture here? Put 1 star. We're going to do 15% depreciation on this. So 1,50,000 is the balance in the balance sheet. 1,50,000 will not go to closing balance sheet. On this 1,50,000, we're going to do depreciation, and after depreciating, the balance will write it to balance sheet. Sir, what if there is some purchase of machinery during the year? If there is purchase, you would make payment. In receipts and payment account, it would come. If in case there is some part of machinery sold, in receipts and payment account, you would have receipt. Is there any purchase or sale in the receipts and payment account? Very good. Now, very good. So, do you have anything? Purchase of machinery, purchase of furniture, sale of furniture? So, there is no purchase, no sale. On that 1,50,000, you will apply depreciation. After deducting depreciation, whatever remains will go to closing balance sheet. Okay, now what is after that? Then they have given stock closing balance, trade debtors closing balance, outstanding expense closing balance. So outstanding expense, we should prepare one ledger. This prepaid insurance also will come in the same ledger. Prepaid insurance is also coming in the same ledger of expenses. Okay, now then amel enide, or if you want, you can prepare a separate ledger. Trade debtors, we are opening separate ledger. Stock will not open ledger. Stock will write it to trading account. That's it. They have given GP ratio is how much? 10% on sales. Easy question. We need to prepare trading P&L balance sheet. Shall we start? Sir, just made you understood as to what are the adjustments. This is because before we start the question, I want you to know the adjustments. So when I'm doing the question, you will not be like, with the adjustment. So 2 times ille mugud bidate. First I'll tell you what is to be done. Then when I'll do it again, you will know it. You don't have to do this in the exam. I'll do it so that you will do the exam nicely. Can you explain outstanding expense? What outstanding expense, pa? Outstanding expense will open ledger 67,500 in the outstanding expense account. I'll write credit side. In adjustment, there is no outstanding expense. Adjustment, they've given only outstanding expense, closing balance. I'll open one expense ledger. Opening outstanding expense, liability opening balance, credit side. Closing outstanding expense, same expense account, debit side. I'll write the expense paid there. And I'll find the balancing figure as to how much is the current year expense. If you eliminate insurance payment, see how much is insurance payment? 9,000. How much is insurance payment? Eliminate 9,000 from 9,31,050. What do we get? 9,22,000. 9,22,050 is the amount paid other than insurance. Is everyone with me? 9,22,050 is the amount paid other than insurance. Who did not understand this? Please ask. How much is the total sundry expense paid? 31,050. From that minus 9,000. Got this? Now observe this. How much is the opening outstanding expense in the question? 67. If you imagine expense account, credit side opening balance 67,500. Am I right? Expense paid. What is the entry? Expense account debit to cash. Here I will write in expense account debit side to cash. How much? 9,22,050. Insurance separate. So credit side opening balance 67,500. Debit side expense paid 9,22,050. Closing balance they have given. Eshtu closing balance. Closing balance of the liability on the debit side, no, balance carried down 55,200. If you find the balance in figure, you will get the how much is the current year expense. You will identify current year. Don't do plus and minus. Always do ledger. Opening balance. How much is opening balance? 67,500. Opening balance. Closing balance 55,200. Paid 9,22,050. Do 9,22,050 plus 55,200 minus 67,500. That is the current year expense to be debited to P&L, excluding insurance. That is the current year expense to be debited to P&L, excluding insurance. Insurance 9,000. Got it? I will do a detailed ledger and explain once again to you people. Okay, now come on. Let's start with entries one after the other. First in the capital. Where do I write this? Capital of 6,75,000. And obvious when we're starting the answer. Till now we only did analysis of the question. To make you feel comfortable with the question. 6,75,000 will write in balance sheet. In my balance sheet on the liability side, I will write capital 6,75,000. Everyone's writing with me? Come on, write in the balance sheet liability side capital 6,75,000. Done? Very good. What is after capital? Next item in the balance sheet. Trade creditors. I think there is adjustment with regard to trade creditors. How do we say? See, observe. There is payment to creditors. There is payment to creditors in payment account. So we'll do one separate ledger. Shall I do a ledger? This is my opening balance of creditors. Opening liability alva. Yes or no? Liability opening balance which side? Very good. In my creditors account, credit side, let me write by balance brought down. How much? 7,57,500. Everyone? 7,57,500. Ready? Next item. What is after that? Outstanding expenses 67,500. I'll open one separate ledger. What will be the name of the ledger? Very good. Don't call the name of the ledger as prepaid expense or outstanding expense. Call the ledger as expenses. In that, if it is prepaid expense, write it debit side. If it is outstanding expense, write it credit side. I mean the opening balance. Everyone? Very good. Come on. Expense account. In our expense account, it is outstanding expense. Outstanding expense is a liability asset. Liability, where do we write? Credit side, opening balance. How much is balance brought down? 67,500. Is everyone writing with me? Very good. 67,500. Done. What is after that? Let's go to asset side. Shall we? Furniture and fixtures. See, I put one star. What does that mean? There is adjustment. There is depreciation. See, you can straight away write in the balance sheet inner column, deduct depreciation, write in outer column. Or you can choose to do ledger. Your comfort. If you ask me, if you know that there is no adjustments, write in the balance sheet inner column. However, if there is purchase sale, always open ledger. If there is purchase, if there is sale, always open ledger. If it is only depreciation, write in inner column. That would do. Have we given space to open ledger? No. So shall I write in the balance sheet inner column? Furniture and fixtures. Why am I writing in inner column? Depreciation. Why am I writing in inner column? Depreciation. Sir, shall I deduct now only? Order of the question is very, very important. Furniture and fixtures 1,50,000 inner column. What's after that? Stock. What is it? This is opening stock or closing stock. Last year it was closing stock. For the current year it is opening stock. 9,15,000. Where do I write? Trading account. Which side? Debit side. Opening stock 9,15,000. Are you writing with me? Bharadram. After opening stock of 9,15,000. Trade debtors. How much is trade debtors? 3,12,000. 3,12,000. So this 3,12,000 trade debtors, there is adjustment. There is credit sales during the year. There is collection from debtors during the year. And then we will find the closing debtors. That closing debtors should come in balance sheet. We cannot write opening debtors in the balance sheet. Am I right? So what do we do? Open one debtors ledger. Debtors is asset. Debtors is asset. Opening balance which side? Very good. Come on. In our debtors account, on the debit side, I'll write two balance down. In the debtors account, on the debit side, I'll write two balance down. How much? 3,12,000. 3 lakh. Everyone got this? Can you go to next item? What's after 3 lakh? Prepaid insurance. Insurance, to the extent it is prepaid, it is asset. It is asset. You can choose to do two things. One, we open one expense account, alva. There only you can include, or you can exclude and write separately. For now, I'll write it as a separate ledger. Shall I? Prepaid insurance is asset. Asset will have debit balance. Debit balance should be written on the debit side. I'll write opening balance. To balance brought up. You did know that big lengthy working note I showed you the date amount. That and all is not required if you open ledger. That and all is not required if you open ledger. So ledger is the easiest shortcut. Don't ever do plus minus in NPO or single entry or incomplete, sorry, or our final accounts chapter. Always do ledger, because the subject name is not mathematics. Subject name is accounts. Accounts all accounts ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. You get it? It might look to you that it will save time, but it will actually take more time. To be precise, it will take 6 months. I am not joking. And I don't want that to happen. More than you people, I want you to pass. Saakappa nimun nodi illi beda, illi beda. This place is crowded. Yeah, mele banni. Yeah, next. Cash in hand under bank. 1,20,000. Cash in hand under bank. Shall I open cash account? Not required. Not required. Why? They have already given. I'll tell you something. See, in balance sheet asset side, we have cash in hand under bank here. In receipts and payment account, we have cash in hand under bank. 1,20,000. So, illinda illige ಒಂದು arrow mark ಹಾಕಿ. Illinda illige ಬಂದಿದೆ. It's gone there to there. There only over double entry. We don't have to write anywhere. There only it's there in the balance sheet. There only it's there in the opening balance. We don't have to write it anywhere. Understood? Say something. Very good. Come to next item. So this 1,20,000, this also you don't have to write in there. Alle over, no. There only it's over. What Ram? Enantira. Ram is like, what are you telling, sir? Enantira means, what do you say? Ram, what do you say? Okay. Ram says okay. Then cash sales. How much is cash sales? 1,10,70,000. Where do we write? Trading account, credit side. Shall I write? Come on, let's go to trading account, and in my trading account on the credit side I'll write by sales. How much? 1,10,70,000. Sir, why not in outer column? This is cash sales. We also have credit sales, and then we'll write the total in the outer column. Right now write it in the inner column. Sir, what will happen if I write it in outer column? Then there will be nothing in inner column. ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. If in case there was sales return, then there would have been a problem. But if there is no sales return, it is not a error if you write straight away in the outer column, but it's recommended to write in inner column totally 10th and right. Okay. Then receipts from trade debtors 27 lakhs 75,000. What is this? Kasu collected from debtors. What is the entry? Cash account debit to trade debtors. In the cash account debit side, 2 receipt from debtors already written. What should we do? In debtors account we should write by cash. In debtors account we should write. Shall I write in our debtors account by cash 27 lakhs 75,000? Come to our debtors account. Come to our debtors account. On the credit side I'll write by cash 27 lakhs 75,000. In the debtors account I'll write by cash 27 lakh 75,000. Everyone understood this? Pakka? Fantastic. Can we go to next item? What is after this? By cash 2775. Payment to creditors 1 crore 24 lakh 83,000. How much is the amount paid to creditors? 1 crore 24 lakh 83,000. What is the journal entry when you make payment to creditors? Creditors account debit to cash or creditors account debit to bank. In cash and bank already they written by creditors. Now we need to write it in creditors account. What do we write in creditors account? To cash and bank. To cash and bank 124.83. Shall we write? Come on, let's go to our creditors account. In our creditors account on the debit side I'll write to cash. How much? 1 crore 24 lakh 83,000. Everyone understood? Am I going fast? I hope you're writing it with me. Then there is sundry expense paid 9 lakh 31,050. This includes insurance. Are we preparing expense account including insurance? No, we're preparing expense account excluding insurance. If in case I was preparing expense account including insurance, this insurance I have written 3,000 here, no. Balance brought down. This also I should have written here, but I'm not writing it. So now when I write the payment 931.50, I should split that into 2 parts. Insurance other than insurance. Insurance is how much? 9,000. Other expenses 9,22,050. You only told me. Am I right? What is the journal entry when you pay expense? Expense account debit to cash. Expense account debit to cash. In cash account you have already written by expense. In cash account you have already written by expense. So what should you write now? In expense account you should write to cash. In cash account you return by expense. In expense account you should write to cash. Which expense account? I'll write in 2 expense accounts. Number 1. In expenses account I'll write 9,31,050 minus 9,000, that is 9,22,050. Why did I deduct this 9,000? I'll write that 9,000 in my insurance account. What do I write here? This is opening prepaid alva. To cash account. Insurance premium paid 9,000. Do me a favor when you write this. Here you return expense account. Right here in the bracket excluding insurance. This is expense account excluding insurance. Adannu ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ. Everyone, make some noise. Should I show you insurance account also slightly to copy? Aitam. Everyone's done. Can I go ahead? Very good. What do we have after that? Drawings. How much is drawings? 3,60,000. What is this? Amount withdrawn by the proprietor. What is the entry when the drawings are made? Drawings account debit to cash. Drawings account debit to. In cash account, they've already written by drawings. Now in our capital, we should do less drawings. Shall I deduct in my capital? In the balance sheet. Come to balance sheet. In the balance sheet, I'll write here less drawings. How much? 3,60,000. 3,60,000. Done. Am I going fast? Cash and bank closing balance 190,950. Where do we write this? Balance sheet. Where? Asset side. In my balance sheet. On the asset side. Let me write cash and bank. 190,950. 1,90,950. 1,90,950. Everyone's done? Say something. What's after that? That's it. We're done with our cash book. We're done with our balance sheet. Now we'll read the adjustments. Discount allowed to trade debtors. How much is discount allowed to trade debtors? 54,000. What is the journal entry when you allow discount? Discount is expense. Underline the word discount allowed. Right there, expense. Discount allowed is expense. Can I say entry for expense has to be debited? Discount allowed account debit. And when you give discount to your debtors, debtors are asset, people from whom you should receive money. When you give them discount, they'll give lesser money. So debtors balance will reduce. Debtors is asset decreasing. Debtors is asset decreasing. Discount is expense increasing. Entry will be discount allowed account debit to debtors. Am I right? Discount allowed account debit to discount allowed expense. I'll write straight away in P&L. Shall I write in P&L? Come to P&L. On the debit side, we'll write to discount allowed. How much is it? 54,000. To discount allowed, 54,000. And we have to write this where in our debtors account on the credit side by discount. Come to debtors account. I'll write here by discount allowed. How much? 54,000. Everyone got this? By discount allowed, 54,000. Can I go to next one? After this, discount received from trade creditors, 42,500. Discount received from trade creditors, 42,500. Sorry, discount received from trade creditors, correct. Discount received is income. Income has to be credited. If not for this discount, we were supposed to pay more money to creditors. Because they gave us discount, we'll pay lesser money. Trade creditors are our liability. If we pay less, that means liability is reducing. What do we do when liability is reducing? What do we do when the liability is reducing? Entry will be trade creditors account debit to discount received. Am I right? Discount received being income. In my P&L account, I'll write on the credit side. Discount received. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ ಬಿಡಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ GP ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Discount received 42,500. Everyone read this? Where else do we write this? Creditors account, debit side. Shall I go to creditors account? Shall I come to creditors account? Debit side. To discount received 42,500. 42,500. Everyone make some noise. Yay! Respectively for the year ended 31st March. I. Annual fire insurance premium paid 9,000. See, this 9,000 is what we had included in 931.50. This 9,000 we have already written the entry. This 9,000 we have already written the entry. They're saying was paid on 1st of August. If it is paid on 1st of August, it will be paid till 31st of July. 1st of August, say 12 months is 31st of July. Year ending is 31st of March. How many months is it been paid for which belongs to next year? April, May, June, July. How many months? 4 months. Sir, 3 ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರಾ? 3,000. 9,000 into 4 by 12 is how much? 3,000 is paid for next year. Am I right? So here I'll write by balance carried down. It is prepaid insurance closing balance. Prepaid insurance closing balance. Closing prepaid insurance. How much is it? 9,000 into 4 by 12. 9,000 into, that is April to July. We paid from August to July. In that August to March is current year. April to July is next year. How much is 9,000 into 4 by 12? 3,000. Everyone understood 3,000? No doubts? Pakka? This 3,000 rupees is our asset. Am I right? Where do we write this? In the balance sheet, I'll write here prepaid insurance 3,000. Should I show the expense account also? Prepaid insurance also? Beta, there you wrote. Write it here. Done. What is after that? 3000. Then next adjustment. Furniture and fixtures were subject to depreciation at 15% per annum under WDV method. Shall we now depreciate this? Come to balance sheet. Furniture and fixture 1,50,000 less depreciation 15%. How much is it? 1,50,000 into 15%. 22,500. If you deduct it, it will become 1,27,500. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ 27,500, 1,27,500. Where else will this 22,500 depreciation be written? P&L account debit side. In P&L account below discount allowed, I'll write by depreciation 22,500. What did I tell? Sorry. By depreciation, sorry, to depreciation 22,500. Done. We have closing balances. First item is stock closing balance 9,75,000. It will appear at two places. What are the two places? First place in our trading account, I'll write on the credit side. Closing stock 9,75,000 by closing stock 9,75,000. Where else will I write it? I'll post this to our balance sheet. Shall I post it to balance sheet now? Come to balance sheet. Balance sheet asset side, I'll write stock 9,75,000. Stock 9,75,000. Got it? 9,75,000. What is after that? Trade debtors. How much is trade debtors? 3,43,000. Trade debtors closing balance. Oh, stock we wrote both places. Debtors. We have debtors ledger. In debtors account, I'll write balance carried down 3,43,000. And shall I also write this in balance sheet? You wrote it here in ledger. Everyone? ಏನಾಯ್ತ್ರಿ? ಐಟಮ್ ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ? ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ವಪ್ಪ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಐಟಮು? ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಕೈಲಿ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. I'll write in the balance sheet trade debtors 3,43,000. Done. Yes. After that, outstanding expenses. How much? 55,200. This is closing balance of expenses. We'll write it in expense ledger. Come to expenses account. Closing outstanding. Where do I write? Debit side to balance carried down. Closing outstanding expenses 55,200. This should also be written in balance sheet as liability. Shall I write in balance sheet as liability? Come to balance sheet. Did you write here expense account? Everyone, come to balance sheet. On the liability side, I'll write outstanding expenses 55,200 rupees. 55,200 rupees. Done. What do we have after that? Last one. GP is 10%. So once we find our total sales, we can apply 10% on the same, and that will become our GP. Correct? In our trading account, I'll write here to gross profit 10% on sales, but we don't know sales. Why? We don't know credit sales. We don't know purchases. Cash or credit, both don't know. Question is over. Now can we start with answer? We cannot close our trading account. Why? Except opening stock, closing stock. We don't know purchases, we don't know sales, we don't know GP. We don't know purchases, we don't know sales, we don't know GP. But one thing I can tell, cash purchases is 0. Why? If cash purchase is there, there would be payment. If there is payment, it would be given in cash book. Cash book they have given. In the cash book payment side, is there cash purchase? So that means cash purchases is 0. Sir, what if they made cash purchase but they have not paid money? That is called credit purchase. Yeah, sometimes people will be like, sir, please, sir, like this They've purchased goods on cash, okay, but they've not paid immediately. Are they credit purchase? Got it? Then credit purchase, we'll find it using creditor account. So because we don't know GP here, we don't know GP here, we have not written two things here. One is expenses, other one is insurance. Both the ledgers we have opened. Alinda baribeku. After that, we'll find net profit. And because we have not found net profit, we cannot add here. So our balance sheet is also incomplete. Shall we close the ledgers one at a time? First one, creditors account. Opening is there, closing is not there. So we don't have closing, we don't have purchases. Two things are missing. Can I close this? Hey, I'll assume 1 0. Purchase 0 ankomodada. Purchase increase 0 agutte. Sir, can I assume closing balance 0? Wrong. How can you assume? How can you assume that everything is paid? Yeah, not possible. So we'll leave this ledger like that only. We'll leave this ledger like that only. Basically, I have not written anything. Come to expenses. Can we close expense account? Yes. Before I started the answer once, would have got the same answer. Take the total here. 9,77,250 minus 67,500. What do we get? That is the current year expense. How much? 9 lakh 9,000. What is 9 lakh 9,750? Current year expense, which is returned to P&L. Did we do in the calculator then? We got the same answer. Do you people remember? None of you remember? Remember? You had written somewhere? No. Very good, Pavishri. Pavishri has also got 9 lakh 9,750. Shall I write 909,750 in my P&L? Everyone? Come on, let's go to our profit and loss account. In my profit and loss account, I'll write expenses 9 lakh 9,750. 9 lakh 9,750. Everyone? Can I go forward? Very good. Expense ledger is cut up. You can put one tick mark if you want. Here, if you want, I'll make it yellow. You can put tick mark that this ledger is closed. Any other ledger closed before this? No. Come to debtors. Is there everything in this? Yeah, only one thing is missing. Sales. Only one thing is missing. Sales. 2775 plus 54 plus 343 is how much? 31 lakh 72,000. From 31 lakh 72 deduct 3 lakh 12. 28 lakh. Very good. 28 lakh 60,000. 28 lakh 60,000. What is 28 lakh 60? Sales. What is 28 lakh 60? Am I right? In debtors account, we have written two sales. Where do I write this sales? Trading account. Very good. This ledger is also closed. You can put a tick mark next to debtors ledger. Credit sales. Let me write in my trading account. In my trading account, I'll write credit sales as 28 lakh 60. Can I say together it will become 1 lakh 39,030? Sorry, 1 lakh 39,030. 1 crore 39 lakh 30,000. 1 crore 39 lakh 30,000. Done. Now that we have written sales, we can find GP. When we find GP, we can find purchase. When we find purchase, we can find creditors account closing balance, and then balance sheet will be closed. One at a time. 1 crore 3930 plus 975. Hey, don't run. You are going with me. Yeah. 1 crore 39 lakh 30 plus 9 lakh 75. 1 crore 49 lakh 5,000. Yes or no? I'll write 149,050. 1 crore 49 lakh 5. But don't try to identify balance and figure. Two items are missing. Sales, GP is 1 crore 39 lakh 30,000 into 10%. 13 lakh 93,000. Am I right? Yes or no? This 13 lakh 93 I'll write in P&L account. 13 lakh 93,000 I'll write in P&L account. By gross profit brought down. By gross profit brought down. 13 lakh 93,000. Got this? Say something. Next, we'll find our purchases as balance and figure. 1 crore 49 lakh 5 minus 9 lakh 15 minus 13 lakh 93,000. 1 crore 25 lakh 97,000. That is total purchase. Cash purchase, credit purchase, both included. From this, we should eliminate cash purchase to find credit purchase. How much is cash purchase? 0. So same amount 1 crore 25 lakh 97,000 is credit purchase. Everyone got this? Say something. Where do we write this 1,25,97,000 now? I'll write it in my creditors account. Yes or no? Can I go there? Did you copy this? Everyone? You have to copy? Copy it? Should I scroll up? Done? Yes, please. Did you understand GP? This is balancing figure. Whatever is in bold is balancing figure. You should circle it in your book. If not, you won't get it. In your book, whatever you find as balancing figure, you should circle it. If not, you will be wondering how did this number come. Should circle it or write there balancing figure. Baribeku illa gottagodilla. Or you can use different color. Or you can use different color. Not in the exam. In the class notes only. Exam everything in black color. Done. 125.97. Come to creditors account. Purchases is 1,25,97,000. So now everything is there in creditor account. How many of you, like when you come to this ledger, you realize, sir, 4 item bardore nanu 2 bardidini. Anyone have missed any item before? Avagle hange ಆಗಿತ್ತು ತಾನೆ. ಸುಲುಲು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಾನು. ಅವನು ನಿಂಗೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಯಾವುದೋ ರಾಂಗ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಬರ್ದಿದಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿಸ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಟ್ಟ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ? ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್, ನನಗಲ್ಲ. 1,25,97 plus 7,57,500. 1,33,54,500. Deduct 124,83 and 42,500. How much do we get? 8,23,000. Update your creditors account. ಕಂಡಿಡಿಬೋದಿತ್ತು. If they had given closing balance. If they had given closing balance, would have done that. Yeah. Might look little young, but experience is sir. Professional education I've been teaching for more than 10 years. No, I'm just trying to tell you, do these fun activities with someone who's pretty new to the profession. You would get fooled. Okay. 8,29,000. Done. Where do we write this 8,29,000? Balance sheet. Come on, let's write creditors in the balance sheet. 8,29,000. Done. Now let's see if all the ledgers are closed. Creditors ledger closed, expense closed, debtors closed. One ledger is remaining. Premium. She is smart. She told show it for 1 minute. Sir, 1 second creditors account andre gottu. Hing maadbiಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. 1 minute ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ. ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. 1 minute or you updating, whichever is earlier. Yeah. Insurance premium, last ledger. Opening balance is there, closing balance is there, amount paid is there. Can we find how much is the current year expense? 9,000 is current year expense. Am I right? ಹೇಳುವಂತವರಾಗಿ how is understood? Now is like, it's not even doing hair like this, like Sunsilk soap, Sunsilk shampoo. Head and shoulder. Shoulder ಗೆಲ್ಲ shampoo ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾ? Everywhere. So many shampoos are there. Still, lot of us use soap only. Soap ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾರು ಶಾಂಪೂ ಅದೇ ಸೋಪ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And shampoo, what do we use for? Washing vehicle. Shall we write this 9,000 in P&L? Come to P&L account. In our P&L, I'll write insurance premium 9,000. Done. Oh, nani hai. Okay, everything's done here. Now identify our net profit. 1393 plus 42,500. 14 lakh 35,500 minus Madi 4 lakh 40,250. 440,250 of net profit. Let's add it to our capital. Come on, India. 6 lakh 75,000 minus 3 lakh 60,000 plus 4 lakh 40,250. 750 by 250. Take the total on the liability side. 60 lakh. Oh, 16 lakh. 39,450. Asset side. Inge, tally aita. Your balance sheet also tallied. My balance sheet also tallied. ಅಣ್ಣ ಬಾಗಿಲು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಟೇ ಹೋದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡು ಹರಿ. I'm part of this class. But what time did the class start? You came long back. Why? You thought you'll watch online. Why? Why not? So you should come early then. Were you there yesterday? Are you an offline student or an online student? Offline students online ನೋಡಬಾರದು, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ನೋಡಬಾರದು. ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿಟ್, ಫೈಂಡ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿಟ್. ಬಟ್ ನೋ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂದ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I want separate room at home. I'll go sit in that room and I'll say I'll do it from home. I'll project baratte Zoom meeting. You guys sit here and watch. Yenge. One day if I don't come and I'll say I'll do online from home. I'll come live from home. What will you feel like? You will like, oh, you would online nodake now maneyinda barbeku. You don't think you also sit at home and watch. I'll also sit at home and teach. Just telling you, offline can never be replaced with online. Yesterday also not well. You should do something about it. Long back means ever since you are born, you are not well. 1 week ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಬೋರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ತಾನೆ. ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನಂತ, ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಕಾರ್ಬೊರೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಹೌದಾ, ಮಾಡ್ಸದ್ರಾ? ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂತಾ? Okay, shall we do next one? Did you guys finish this now? Are you happy? 16, 39, 450. Very good. Come on, India. Let's go to question number 19. ABC Enterprises. We will finish next question and then take break. I told you, 2 questions break, 2 questions break. If you're coughing and you think it's bothering rest of them, you can sit little far. It might scare rest of them. ರಾಹುಲ್, ಅವನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ. ದಿಸ್ ಸಾರಿ ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗೇ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಹೇಳೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ. ಹಾ, ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಲೆಂತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಗುಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ we'll do this question and then take break. We'll do this question and then take break. Hungry? Should we do a smaller question and then take break? If we start this question, it will take too much time. Let's find a small question. Homework question of them. You guys see there. Do you find any question which is smaller? 28 and that. 26 20 28 it is too small. Is it okay? 28 is a concept which is inter types, but we will just do this small concept. Then we can take break by 10 o'clock. If I do 28 and give break, it will be 10 o'clock. Beda bidi. Swalpa dot question madana. 28 Hungry? Right. 28th and then break. If in case we finish this chapter by second break time, shall we wind up early or we can start something? One Sunday we get, sir. Leave us home, sir. Huh? Okay, we'll decide eventually. We'll see. Some are genuine inter questions. We'll do another 2-3 more questions and then wind up. 2-3 more. Post break we can do 2 and then lunch break and then 1. It will become 4 o'clock. Bye. Okay. Can I have your attention, everyone? 28. Oh, do you want to do this? One question I will leave you people and then you will try by yourself. And then I will do. Sir, Astella chance nobody. I don't mind. Maybe post break, do you want to try one question solving it by yourself in the class? After you try, I will do. Dhairya illala. Hey, but don't you think you guys should try solving one? When will you try? Exam hall. You know, I think fast track people are saying, yes, sir, we'll try one question. Morning where people are like, no, sir, no. We know what will happen. Homework. I'm asking, she told that, let us do one problem in the class. Do you want to do that? Not now, after break. I know this. Come on, let's do question number 28 and then take break. Can I have your attention, everyone? Will you all please stop talking? Come on, guys. Let's start doing illustration number 28. See if the paper is going to become super difficult. No, this kind of adjustment will come. So, shall we do this 28th one? Can I have your attention? Start reading 28th one. And the balance on. Very good. Listen. A company sells 20% of the goods on cash basis and the balance on credit. Underline the word balance, right? 80%. Underline the word balance, right? 80%. What do you mean by balance? And the balance is balance is 80%. So 20% goods are sold on cash, 80% of the goods are sold on credit. Debtors are allowed 1.5 months credit. What do you mean by 1.5 months credit? Underline. What do you mean by 1.5 months credit? Whenever you sell goods to your customers, you give them 1.5 months time to pay. So let's say you sold goods to somebody on 1st of January. You sold goods to somebody on 1st of January. They've been allowed 1.5 months to pay. Entire January they don't have to pay. February 14th, February 15th, if they pay money, it will be good enough for us. By when should they pay money? February? Sir, February 15th ki dudella kharcha gutrate. See, that is not my problem. I will give you 1.5 months time. If in case the goods are sold on February 15th, money should be paid March 31st. March 30. Okay, sir, why did you come from February 15th? I'll tell you the reason. What if we sell the goods on February 16th? 1st April. What if I sell the goods on 17th February? 2nd April, 18th February, 3rd April, 29th of February, April 15th, 1st of March, April 16th, no, 1.5 month, correct or not? 31st of March, May 15th. Did you understand this? Am I right? So whenever I sell goods to customers, I'll give them 1.5 months time to pay. I'll give them 1.5 months time to pay. So whatever the sales I make in April, beginning of the year, when will I receive money? May 15th. If I make the sales on 1st of May, everyone should tell. Everyone should open your mouth. If I make the sales on 1st of May, when will I receive money? If I make the sales on 1st of June, if I make the sales on 1st of August, if I make the sales on 1st of October, sales made on 1st of December, sales made on 1st of January, February 15th, sales made on 15th of February, March 31st, March 31st, 15, 1.5 month, half month agide. Okay, dates all ಅಷ್ಟು exact quote ಮಾಡಿ. If any sale is made after 15th of February, next year, if any sale is made after 15th of February, February half of the month is over. Then if I make the sale, I'll receive it when? Next year. If the sale is made this year, money is supposed to be received next year, then what would it be in the current year? Closing debtors. What would be in the current year? So whenever I say I give 1.5 month credit period, 1.5 month credit period, sales made in the last 1.5 month will be received next year. Sales made in the last 1.5 month will be received. Everyone understood this? Why? Till the extent you made in 10.5 months, you will receive within 12 months. 10.5 months admele, if you do 1.5, it will become more than 12. That is next year, no? Because 1 year is only 12 months. So closing debtors is the last 1.5 month sales. Closing debtors is the last 1.5 month. Everyone understood this? Right there. You have space here, right above this or below this. Closing debtors. Or in the answer booklet, if you have space. In the answer booklet, you have space, no? Right there. Closing debtors. Closing debtors is the credit sales during last 1.5 months. Closing debtors is the sales during last 1.5 months. Closing debtors is the sales during last 1.5 months. Understood? Everyone understood this? How do you find closing debtors? Whatever sales they give, in that we'll do 80%. We'll get credit sales. In that we'll do into 1.5 divided by 12. That's it. That's closing debtors. Everyone understood this? Who did not understand? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? What did you not understand, beta? Yeah. Very good. That sales is evenly divided for entire year. No. Let us say sales is 12,000. We will not see the question. Let's say sales is, everyone please silence. Just because you didn't raise your hand doesn't mean that you understood. Let's say sales is 12,000. 12,000 every month, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Assume to be evenly spread. Correct. April, May, June, July, August, September till January, whatever sales you made, money you will receive in this year only. February, half the month sales money you will receive this year. February last half and March entire month sales money you won't receive this year. You will receive next year because you gave 1.5 months credit. So what will be your closing debtors? Last 1.5 month sales, 1,500 rupees. Understood now? Illi Jaga Artha Jaga is Jagadisha. Okay, everyone understood this? Very good. And their balance as on 31st of March 2016 is 1,25,000. Now they've given it brilliantly. Closing debtors is 1,25,000. Closing debtors is 1,25,000. How much is total sales? Listen, imagine, you need to see the picture here, okay? I'll show the picture, amazing. See here, sales. What do we have here? Enido? Two parts, credit sales, cash sales. What is this? Two parts, credit sales. What is this? What is this? What is this? Credit sales is 80%. Cash sales is 20%. Sales is 100%. How much is this? What is this? Credit sales. This is in this credit sales 1.5 months time is given. So 10.5 months of sales money will be received during the current year. Credit sales 2 arrow marks. 10.5 months received during the year. 1.5 months not received during the year, carried forward to next year. This is sales 100%, credit sales 80%, cash sales. Credit sales 80%, whatever is there, that amount again it's split into two. 10.5 months, 1.5 months. 1.5 months will not be received this year, it will be received next year. That will be closing debtors. 8.5 months will be received in current year. How much is this 1.5 months money? 1,25,000. How much is 1.5 months money? Once again, what is this? How much is this? This is again split into two. 10.5 months. How much is it for 1.5 months? If 1.5 months you have 1,25,000, total sales is 2. Can we find? One second. Slowly. Sorry, slowly. Okay. Now 1,25,000 is for 1.5 months. How much is it for 12 months? Divided by 1.5 multiplied by 12. What did you get? 10 lakh is credit sales. 10 lakh is credit sales is 80% of the total sales. If 80% is 10 lakh, total is how much? Divided by 80%. How much do we get? 12 lakh is total sales. 12 lakh 50 is total sales. I'll repeat. Aram se. Did you understand? What is this? 80%, 20%. 80% credit sales. We are giving 1.5 months time. If you make the sale today, when should they give money? Within 1.5 months, or they should pay by 1.5 months. So this again is split into two. In this year, whatever sale you make, zero sale is after 1.5 months you receive. After 1 month sale, you will receive within 2.5 months. So up to 10.5 months, whatever sales you make, you will receive in the current year. Why? 10.5 plus 1.5 is 12. If it is 11, it will become what? 12.5. 11 plus 1.5, 11th month. After 10.5 months, whatever sale you make, money will be received next year. So 1.5 months sales is closing debtors. That much you understood now. So in this credit sales, two parts. One is 1.5 months credit sale. Another one is 10.5 months credit sales. How much is 1.5 months credit sales? Read this. 1.5 months credit and their balance is 1,25,000. So 1,25,000 is 1.5 months sales. If 1.5 months sales is 1,25,000, how much is 12 months sales? 1,25,000 into 1.5 divided by 12. Sorry, into 12 divided by 1.5. 10 lakh is credit sales. 10 lakh is this credit sales. Everyone should see here. Here. 10 lakh understand? Yeah. 10 lakh is 80%. 10 lakh is, if this is 80%, how much is 100%? 10 lakh divided by 80 into 100. 12 lakh 50 is total sales. Sir, we got the number, but yako namak agtilla. Shall we check? 12 lakh 50 is total sales. Credit sales is how much in that? 2 into 80%. 10 lakh. In that 1.5 months, last 1.5 months you will receive next year, no? Do into 1.5 divided by 12. 1,25,000. So what we've done is correct. You understood? They gave credit sales closing balance, debtors closing balance, and they asked us to find total sales. They've given all the relationships. Nice, smart one. Say something. Very good. Assume that the sales is uniform throughout there. That's what we are doing. And they're asking us to calculate credit sales and total sales. What I thought you now know is usually computed by way of a formula. But I don't want you to learn the formula. I don't want you to learn the. Can you understand it with logic? Logic any day is going to save you. Formula any day is going to make you chapak. Someday if you forget the formula, exam chapak. एक attempt पानी में गए chapak. दो attempt पानी में गए chapak chapak. अष्टे. Now come on. Sales we don't know. How much is sales? Do we know? Gottilla. 20% cash sales, 80% credit sales. Hey, everyone look at the board. 20% cash sales, 80% credit sales. Again, this has to be split. 1.5 months, 1,25,000. How much is it for 12 months in that case? How much? 10 lakh. You got it? Should I write 12 months next to it and write 1,25,000 below it? Understood this? Everyone? How did we get this? 1,25,000 12 by 1.5. How much is total credit sales in that case? 10 lakh. How much is total credit sales? Doubt, huh? Do you want me to write 1.5 months below that 1,25,000 and 10.5 months? I can do that. Wait, let me do that. Wait, va? Pakka? Okay, 10 lakh is credit sales. How much is total sales then? 10 lakh. You can identify cash sales also if you want. 10 lakh divided by 80 into 20. You get 2,50,000. Total sales is 12,50,000. Same thing, no? What I explained? Yes or no? This is the formula that they use. Debtors velocity, creditors velocity. But we will not use the formula. We will not use the formula. We'll do it without formula. Okay? Enantira. Copy ಮಾಡಿ. Jagadish, yes. Hi, Jagadish. Jagadish, where are you from? Yavuru? Oh, Maluru. Krishna Shetty alva ನಿಮ್ಮ MLA? Or ex-MLA? Oh, present MLA also. Nice. ಏನಪ್ಪ? ಅಲ್ಲ MLA. X. Okay, okay. Breaka? Breaka? ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಏನೋ ನೀವೇ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡಿ. ಓ ನಂಜೇಗೌಡ್ರ ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. If I do one more question, it will become too late. Scroll up. ಅದು ಬೇಡ. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, but you don't have to mug it up. You are not going to use that formula. How much is total sales? 12,50,000. We have found it. So confidently. Write the formula and then scratch it. Naili. Okay, ma. Whatever makes you comfortable. Done. Break. ಆಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡಿ. ನೀವ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಹಾ, ಬರೀತೀರಾ? Whoever wants to write down the formula can write it down. Debtors velocity ratio, creditors velocity ratio. You will read this in CA Intermediate Financial Management formula. So far we've done till question number. Leave this. Previous one that we did is 18. 18. So post break we'll do 19, 20, and then we'll take one more break. Two questions we'll do, and then we'll take one more break, and then we'll do one more question, and we'll do partnership question. Or no, we'll do two questions, take break, and then we'll do homework question and partnership question. Okay. Fine. I'll share the sheet. Review. Homework. You want me to do all the homework questions? Huh? Answer is here. Is it good if I share the answer, or do you want me to solve the homework questions? Solve all homework questions. One question. Which one? You guys think and tell. 14. Regular batch people, already it's there in your Excel sheet. Fast track people, I would have to share it to you people. I'll share search. Nodode illa. What and all is already shared. I'll share the Excel sheet towards the end of today's class. Okay, fine. Let's take a break here. It is 10:10. See you all at 10:40. Yeah, next break will be after 2 questions. See you all on the other side, guys. Take a break.